Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Super Breakfast Friends Club.
I'm so mad that we're here today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Play the theme song.
Wow, that was immediate. You've never triggered it before.
I hate this show.
All right. Calm down. It's his birthday.
I don't care.
We gotta be nice to Rayman.
I don't want to.
He's 30.
Yeah, we all turn 30 sometime.
I thought you said sometimes. Like every now and then we turn 30, but...
Every once in a while.
Can
Every
you believe
third
it?
Tuesday I'm 30 again. No, I can't.
Have you ever played a Rayman game? We probably talked about this last time.
I think I've played a demo of a Rayman.
Yeah, I've only played Rayman Origins, and I feel like that one doesn't count. That's not what most people are talking about when they talk about Rayman.
Right.
I should play one of the first two. I feel like those are the ones everyone likes.
Do you know anything about the plot of Rayman?
I'm not convinced there is one.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I thought. And this show just makes it worse.
This show is... whatever plot there is in Rayman, this show is not connected. I can tell you that much.
Why does it exist then?
Did
we have this discussion
Yes,
before? I
yeah.
feel like we need to have it every time.
We did have this discussion before. Yeah, this show, I guess, was made to promote Rayman 2, but doesn't contain... the first episode did have the villain of Rayman 2 in it, but he was like a lackey to the show's own original villain.
Right.
And neither of those two characters appear again for the rest of the show.
Good job.
Like the circus guy, do you remember? They escaped from a circus in the first episode?
I only remember because they told us at the beginning of this episode.
Okay, we'll put it out of your mind because it won't matter for the rest of the show. It doesn't...
I had a feeling.
doesn't come up again. I mean, to be fair, maybe it would have had they finished making the season. Because remember, you probably don't remember this from when we talked about it before, but this was supposed to be like a 20-something season, and they cancelled it when they had only finished 4 episodes. So,
Because it was that bad.
well, I don't know what the deal was, but
Because it was that bad.
but we only have 4 episodes that exist.
Okay.
This one is called No Parking. And it aired December 27th, 1999, right after Christmas.
Yeah, so after all the good cheer and family, you have to watch this garbage and throw it all away.
You just got Rayman 2 for Christmas, and you're excited to play it, and the new episode of the Rayman TV show is on. And then you sit down, it's the day after Boxing Day, you sit down to watch the Rayman show before you start playing the game, and then the show ends, and then you just put the game in the trash.
Yeah.
Because you don't
Thanks
feel like...
for nothing,
you
Dad.
don't feel like playing it anymore.
It's just not really worth it. You feel like you've wasted a Christmas wish.
Anyway, so yeah, they've escaped the circus, Rayman and his new friends, none of whom exist in the games. I get, like we talked before about how there's this like big blue guy who could have easily been the big blue guy from the games, but isn't the big blue guy from the games. He's a different big blue guy for no reason.
Why is it that Rayman is the only one whose hands and feet are not attached?
I don't know, but I think that's true in the games too.
Okay.
I think he's some type of I was literally reading earlier today, I was reading the Rayman wiki, trying to figure out what Rayman's backstory is. And there are like 3 different conflicting ones across the games, and nobody knows which one's correct, and I think it probably just doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think Rayman knows what his own deal is.
No. There's one where he had a wife. The wackiest one is there's one where he had a wife and he was bald. and then some kind of like sentient hair creatures attached themselves to his head, and his wife didn't like them and tried to cut them off, but because they were sentient, they pulled him away and off a cliff, and he got separated from his wife, and that's how he became Rayman.
I don't even know how to respond to what I just heard.
The one that made the most sense to me was that he was just like created by the fairy of the world to protect it.
Right.
That was the one where I was like, all right, that's a nice origin story. I think that's cool. If he's just like a force that exists to protect the world.
Sure.
Because the thing that seems to be consistent is that he is kind of like a trickster hero.
Yeah.
Where he's like helps out because it's the right thing to do, but he's also like pranking people and likes to relax. A lot of my favorite characters are like that. It's like knights.
Are you saying Rayman is one of your favorite characters?
No, I'm just saying that that's the type of character I tend to like. A trickster god type character, you know? You know, like the Monkey King.
I think what you're telling me is that Rayman is your favorite character.
I don't know him. We've never met. But if that's who Rayman is, then I like him.
No, as far as I'm concerned, Rayman is Billy West with a bad accent.
Do we know what accent this is yet? I don't think we did last time.
It sounds like he's going for like a Boston accent, but it's so inconsistent that I forget he has one until he says the word car.
Yeah, or like yard.
Yeah.
So there's a big reward out for the capture of this crew of escapees. And Detective Grub, who we did meet in the last episode, gets a printout photo out of his like police radio / fax machine. Did you notice the settings on it?
No, I didn't.
It has 2 settings, fax and toast.
Oh.
And I thought that was pretty funny. Just the idea that like he can switch it over to toast and just get toast out of his fax machine.
That's the one and only joke in this whole show.
Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah, it's weird because here we see Detective Grub getting the order to catch them from like just some kind of like police dispatch.
Yeah.
But at the end of the previous episode, we saw him getting a call from the circus guy specifically asking him to catch Rayman. But they're kind of also like asking us to forget about the circus guy, I think.
Right.
For the remaining 3 episodes that exist, Detective Grub is essentially the main villain.
He's their neighbor.
Yeah, so this episode sets up the actual status quo for the show. Grub spots Rayman and his friends and gives chase. His siren, what is it?
I don't know.
It's like a screaming creature that spins in a dome.
Right, that's the real Grub. It's his siren, and it just spins and screeches.
Yeah, it's
terrifying.
Screaming. Interesting. But there's a few terrifying creature designs in this.
Like Flip?
Yeah, like Lack Mac. Lack Mac is the only one who spots that there's a police car chasing them. So he grabs the wheel and starts driving them all over the road. But Rayman takes it back and he just kind of spins the car around and immediately crashes the cop car.
Yeah.
And evades it.
Because he goes driving right at him, and so he freaks out and he has to dodge out of the way into a box of Jack-in-the-Boxes.
Yeah, I did notice. These looked very familiar. I didn't know why, but I did some searching and I figured out that the heads of these Jack-in-the-Boxes are the head of Ed, the protagonist of Tonic Trouble. You ever heard of Tonic Trouble?
No, what is that?
It's another game created by Michel Ancel. I think that's how you pronounce it. The guy who created Rayman.
Right.
It was developed alongside Rayman 2. They both came out in 1999. They were both built on the same engine, but made by different Ubisoft studios. Yeah, so this is a reference to another game from the same creator.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was nice.
I've never heard of this game, though, and it will die in obscurity.
I'd give it a go, but I never have.
Well, you know what you gotta do.
Yeah, I want to go play Rayman first. From what I read about it, Tonic Trouble was a bit more adventure-focused, and Rayman was a bit more action-focused, but otherwise they're like pretty similar games.
Gotcha.
So Cookie is gonna vomit. Did you remember Cookie? He's the one I remembered the least of this crew.
No, I did not remember Cookie.
No. He's gonna puke, so they pull over. Lack Mac is hungry, Flips is scared, Rayman just wants to relax in a park. Sorry, a pack.
That pack over there looks safe.
So they head over there, not realizing that they parked under a no parking sign.
I love that that's the inciting action for the whole episode.
Yeah. There's this whole argument going on between Rayman and Cookie, because I don't know what Cookie, wants. Does he want to go back to the circus? What's his deal?
That does seem to be what he's saying, because he says at least they had beds in the cage.
Right. Rayman obviously doesn't want to go back to the circus. Nobody else wants to go back to the circus.
No.
Meanwhile, Flips finds a teddy bear in a trash can and nobody says no.
Yeah, nobody pays attention to her, so she goes and pouts.
So it was Rayman and Cookie that were arguing, but when Cookie storms off, Bettina is like, why did we even bring that guy along? And Rayman sticks up for him, even though they were fighting.
Why'd we even take him with us?
Oh, come on, Bettina. He means well.
Not now, Flips.
He's just a little jittery right now, what with being a fugitive and all, but he'll adapt.
And, I do think that Rayman himself is pretty likable in this show.
Yeah.
He just wants to chill out and protect his friends. I could see myself getting along with this guy.
Rayman is just kind of painfully neutral. Everybody else kind of sucks. And he is the best because he doesn't suck. I suppose that's the thing that makes him the most likable, yeah. He's just chill, Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to just hang out with a chill character in a show. Yeah. I feel like we don't see that many chill characters. We see little boys scrabbling up trees and screeching. Yeah. Yeah, Flips goes to take a nap in the car and presses a button that it's I guess it's like the canopy because this is a convertible, but it's a big flower head. Yeah, that expands like a dome over it. Yeah, it's interesting. Interesting design. It's definitely just there because they were yeah, so Flips is shut in the car and then the artists were like, wait, but it's a convertible. There's no roof on the car. Right, she can just fly out. Yeah, we got a flying character and no roof on the car. She's trapped in a car. There's no way for her to get shut in there, so they came up with this flower head thing. But it's an interesting solution. I guess. Why can't she just push the button to retract it? Well, she does, but it doesn't work. Oh, because this is a car that they just picked up from some guy at the side of the road. I had forgotten that. Yeah, he was like, this thing hasn't worked in 10 years. And Rayman's like, if we can get it working, can we have it? And the guy's like, sure. So this is just some scrap car that they just found and fixed up. Flips is asleep in the car. Cookie's writing his will. I don't know what Rayman and Bettina are doing at this point. Just chilling. The car gets towed, and Lack Mac is the only one who saw that Flips was in it. Yeah, because they were just going to let the car go until Lack Mac's like, wait, that dumb idiot. Right, because they chase it for a little bit, and then Rayman's like, well, it's just a car, who cares? And we got it for free. Right. So they go looking, they see Detective Grub, and Rayman's like, oh, he's a cop, we can ask him where the car would have been taken to. So, but obviously, they're also wanted criminals, so he disguises himself by putting a coffee cup on his head and a sandwich board over his body, and he pretends to be British.
And I seem to have, lost. Well, actually, I think my car may have been, carried away. Might you be so kind as to tell me where I can retrieve it?
Which I thought was a bit, Detective Grub doesn't know what he sounds like. So there was no real reason for him to pretend to be British. I guess that's because he's pretending to be from out of town, and that's why he needs instructions on how to get to the impound lot. I suppose I guess that just adds to the illusion. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, since Grub doesn't recognize him, he just gives him directions to the impound lot. And Detective Grub isn't a bad guy. No. He's nice to him when he doesn't think he's an escaped criminal. Rayman just has to lift up the cup. Right, doffs his hat. Yeah, doffs his hat to thank him. And then he's like, wait, it's you! And starts chasing him. Stupid hair flops out. Yeah, I guess it is hair, huh? I kind of always thought it was ears until you just told me that story about his wife. Yeah, me too. I always thought it was ears, but I guess it's just a weird two-pronged haircut.
That he can apparently fly with.
It does look more like hair in the first game, but like from the second one onwards, it always looked like ears or like weird eyebrows. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, because I feel like in the first game, in the artwork for the first game, it kind of looks like a Leonardo DiCaprio hairstyle or something.
Kind of.
In the later ones, it definitely looks more like ears. I guess in like Origins, it looks kind of like hair. But it doesn't look two-pronged in Origins. It just looks like a big, bushy something.
Big, fluffy ears.
Yeah.
Detective Grub chases them on... He gives them very specific instructions how to get to the impound lot. He, like, tells them which train to take and everything, so they escape on the train.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't get to the train in time, so they get away. But he knows exactly where they're going, because he just told them.
Right.
So... he's just like, I'll see you at the impound lot. This train, by the way, seems extremely unsafe, and I wouldn't want to ride it.
Just because the back is completely open and it goes 90 degrees vertically.
And also because when it comes to a corner, it like swings out and sparks fly from the monorail that it's attached to. Yeah, I don't like that.
It swings out, and the track is also built like a Donkey Kong minecart track, where like it isn't connected in some parts, and you have to leap across.
I didn't notice that. But yeah, the train goes alongside like a mountain road, and the car's there being towed right there. So they call out to Flips, who wakes up, but she's trying to hit the button, and the canopy isn't opening. Now we get to the scrapyard. Right. Yeah, he said impound lot, but this is not an impound lot, it's a scrapyard.
No, I don't think that's proper procedure. I don't think you scrap a car immediately after you impound it.
No, I don't think that's normal.
You think you'd get sued for that.
It's not like this is the wrong place either, because this is where Detective Grub shows up looking for them, so...
Right.
So yeah, all the cars at the scrapyard / impound lot are being loaded onto a conveyor belt and fed into the mouth of some kind of like nightmare cow creature.
Some giant like hippo thing that eats cars.
Yeah, it's only got one huge eye and it's got some robotic parts. It reminded me of some of the weirder stuff you would get in like Banjo-Tooie and Donkey Kong 64, you know?
Right.
You know how every now and then in that era of Rare games, there would just be some kind of like weird nightmare creature.
Like Clanker?
Like Clanker. I'm thinking more like the Jack-in-the-Box boss from Donkey Kong 64.
Oh my god, I forgot about that thing.
Yeah, every now and then there would just be something where I'm like, was this in a kid's game?
Yeah.
Stuff that would feel more at home in Conker's Bad Fur Day, I feel like.
Yeah.
But ended up in Donkey Kong or Banjo. And yeah, this feels like one of those to me.
Yeah.
It's the body horror of it.
Like, it's the body horror of it. It's the fact that the sky is like blood red and full of smog.
Yeah. But I mean, the creature seems happy enough. It's just a horrible creature, and it's clearly parts of it have been replaced with robotics.
Yeah, I mean, he gets all the cars he can eat.
Yeah. Anyway, Detective Grub shows up at the scrapyard, and Rayman and his friends hop into some other cars that are being towed in. And Rayman hooks Grub's car to the tow line without him noticing. I don't know why he does that.
I don't know. So it's a sporting game? I don't know.
Maybe Grub would have just like left if he hadn't given him reason to go into the scrapyard looking for his car.
Now he has to come along for the ride. I think they like Detective Grub.
I think so. I mean, there's a one of the other two episodes is all about them trying to help Detective Grub with a date without being spotted by him. So I think they do kind of like him. I got a little bit too mad about one of the jokes.
Yeah?
How's anybody supposed to find anything in here?
They don't. That's why it's called a scrapyard.
And I was like, what do you mean?
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't... The word scrapyard doesn't imply anything about not being able to find things. And I hate jokes like this because we understand this as a joke because it has the cadence of one.
Right.
Like, at some point, somebody's made one of those jokes that does make sense, and then so many people repeated it that now people just repeat it in a way that doesn't make sense, and they feel like it makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, someone could say, like, I don't understand why there are so many graves here. And then someone else could be like, that's why it's called a graveyard. And that's a joke. It's not a good joke.
Right.
But it follows. It makes sense. This one was stupid, and I hate it. I feel like sometimes people write things and they don't think about the things they're writing.
Yeah. That's 100% true. Have you read anything anywhere in the past couple years?
No. No, I don't read new things. Anyway, Rayman and Bettina climb up the conveyor belt to get to Flips, but Bettina falls down and she gets caught by Cookie. And, like, nothing is made of this, but I thought it should have been significant that she's been shit-talking him and saying they should have left him behind the whole episode, and then he saved her life.
That's putting way more thought into this show than the writers did.
Well, they only had 10 minutes, I guess.
I guess, but all you have to do is write in a line.
I know. Flips ends up in the monster's mouth. Rayman doesn't get there in time.
But you know what does? His hand!
His hand, right. So this seems to be his magic fist ability from the game.
Okay.
Because his hand, like, glows with magic and then shoots into the mouth and grabs Flips and comes back out. But I don't know if you noticed this, but the animation on him implies that he wasn't in control of his hand in this moment. Like, he seems surprised by it.
Right. Like, his hand just kind of has a mind of its own and came loose.
His hand starts twitching and then he looks at it and then it just, like, fires off and he looks surprised. But the voice acting implies he did it on purpose because he's like, go get her, before any of that happens.
He just doesn't want everyone else to know that he didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah, maybe. So Flips is safe, but Grub has them cornered. And I noticed at this point that Lac Mac has been missing for the entire scrapyard scene.
Right.
And he appears in some kind of steamroller contraption and chases Grub away.
Looks like a big dung beetle rolling a poopy.
It does. It was pretty cool. It looked like the kind of steamroller like a Flintstones would have, you know?
Right. It's interesting vehicle design from a show that's given us nothing.
I do think this show is pretty good visually.
Yeah.
And like the voice cast, we definitely talked about it last episode, but like the voice cast is incredible.
Right. They're just in this show.
Yeah. You got Billy West playing Rayman. Bettina is, I can't remember her name, but she played Sandy Cheeks.
Right.
Cookie is the guy who played Rocco.
Yeah.
Rocco's
I knew
Modern
it was
Life.
familiar.
So they've got like a really good cast. They've just got a bad show to work with.
I love Billy West, but he's so like not animated in this show at all.
It's very weird, yeah, because I love Billy West. He's one of my favorite voice actors, but this is like the most phoned in performance I've ever heard from him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a good reason for that.
Oh, I'm sure.
They all jump into Lac Mac's steamroller thing, except Cookie, who misses and slams into the ground. Lac Mac apologizes, but I feel like that was on Cookie.
You just needed to aim better.
Yeah, it's not like it was a moving target that you had to jump into.
I guess Lac Mac is implying that he was supposed to have like moved the car to catch him, but like how realistic is that?
Yeah, not very. So they escape and Detective Grub swears revenge, but then he sees his car getting eaten by the cow thing. And then he says if he has no car, then he has no reward and he has no job. So is he fired? I don't know.
Nobody does.
The wiki seemed to imply that he lost his job in this episode and that's the end of it. But there's 2 more episodes that he's the villain of, still trying to catch them. So is he just doing that freelance now?
Maybe. Why would he lose his job just because he lost the car?
Well, maybe it's like, well, you can't do your job with no police car and we don't have another one to supply you, so you're out of a job.
Why wouldn't they just put him on desk work?
It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know how the police works in this world, Mel.
I don't think they do either.
Maybe in this universe, to become a policeman, all you have to do is supply your own car. And if you don't have a car, you can't be a policeman.
You got a car? Great. Here's your gun. Go out there and apprehend somebody.
I mean, we only see his badge once, and he holds it upside down, and it looks like he cut it out of a cereal box, so...
It's plausible.
Bettina thanks Rayman as Lack-Mack drives the thing off of a cliff. He's just driving straight forward.
Yeah, he doesn't know where he's going. Off into the sunset, which is over top of a cliff at this point.
Yeah, but Rayman saves them all using his helicopter ability, which is also from the games, like the Magic Fist.
Wow, it's just like my video games.
Apparently, this is the only episode of the show where he uses any of his game abilities.
I had a feeling.
Why?
Because this show means nothing. The show is nothing. I'm surprised they even showed us one ability that he did. This show doesn't care.
Yeah.
This show doesn't want to exist.
Yeah, you might
This
be
show
right.
is begging for death.
You might be right. Well, apparently this episode was shown at the Annecy Film Festival as like a pilot for the show.
Oh no.
So maybe this is the one episode they actually, put any work into.
Right.
They were like, we gotta make him do the Rayman things for the pilot. So and also he uses the helicopter ability for all of like 20 seconds. Maybe not even that long.
And then they still plummet.
Yeah, they plummet anyway, so what was the point, really?
Just to let us know he can do it.
Just to prove it's Rayman. Nobody believed it. Like, yeah, no, look.
I saw the hand thing, but I didn't quite believe it.
So they crash through the roof of a building, and they decide that they live there now. That was the weirdest part. Like, this is a whole episode of weird things happening, but that was the weirdest part to me.
I was very confused and weirded out by it until I learned that they're just in Detective Grub's attic. I was like, okay, that's why there's a whole building that they can just occupy.
Yeah.
Because it's literally already occupied.
That's the joke, yeah, because they decide that they're going to live in this nice house they've fallen into, and then the camera pans down through the floor, and we see Detective Grub coming home on the lower floor. And he goes to I did think that was funny that he like goes to the window and looks out of it and vows that he'll find them wherever they are. And then the camera just pulls back and we see them looking out of the window right above him.
Right.
That was a good visual gag. I liked that. So this episode began and ended with visual gags that I liked. The toast fax machine thing and the window thing.
But inside was a big stinky turd. And I'm not willing to bite into that sandwich, Mike.
Yeah, well. I guess I don't blame you. But that's the end. It was only 10 minutes long, so.
That's the end.
What did you think?
I hated it.
I am going to be generous. I'm going to say I thought it was better than the first episode.
All right.
Can you get on board with that?
I can get on board with that.
Okay. There you go. Happy birthday, Rayman. Yeah, I will say this is the best episode I've seen of a Rayman show to date. And that's the warmest praise I have for it.
Technically accurate.
But visually I quite like this show.
Yeah.
Perhaps not the animation. The animation isn't particularly good, but I really like the visual design. There was a part where there was like a big establishing shot, and I could tell that like most of it was just a painting, but it was a nice painting.
Yeah.
And I think that the building designs are interesting. The character designs, not so much. I don't really like the character designs.
I hate the characters.
I think Rayman looks good, but all the characters created for this show, they go from Bettina and Flips, who are just like boring, I think.
Yeah.
To Lack-Mack, who I actively dislike. And then like Detective Grub is fine, but again, he's just kind of boring. And all the other like random background people, I was looking at them in the scene where they're like rushing to the train. I was actually looking at
A lot of them just look like Grub.
I think they are. I think they're edits.
It's just
Just,
his species.
Yeah, just like skinny versions of him.
Yeah.
And they're all too similar, I think.
Yeah.
Like the most unique one I saw was like a little girl one that was riding on somebody's shoulders at one point. But otherwise, like, I think they had like 2 or 3 models and they're all just recolors.
Yeah, like all the settings and vehicle designs and stuff. Those are pretty cool.
You know,
everything else sucks.
The monster cow thing from the scrapyard, I think will haunt me for a while.
Yeah, it sure was a thing.
I'll be thinking about that as the lights go out in my eyes.
As you're fed to it.
As I go over the conveyor belt. Yeah. That'll be all I can think about then. But yeah, Rayman, I think... Like, Rayman's a big deal. He should be in Smash Brothers.
Sure.
I think... do you think it's... I think it's fair to say that Rayman is the most important video game character that ever came out of France. Is that too many qualifiers?
Probably technically accurate. I need a list. I need to see who came from France.
All right, should we have a look right now? All right, list of video games developed in France. Here we go. We got Toy Commander, Charlie's Angels. Oh, Life is Strange.
Oh, there you go.
I think Rayman's probably bigger than Chloe.
That's true.
A Plague Tale. I've never played that. I think I have it.
I'm pretty sure we both have it.
Wait, Rayman isn't even listed here. He's French, right? Am I wrong?
I can't answer that. I don't know where he came from.
I thought Rayman was French. Is he French-Canadian all this time and I didn't know? Rayman, 1995. Yeah, no, French. All right, so Wikipedia's list of French video games doesn't include Rayman, the original French video game. It's not a very good list.
All right, so it's a little incomplete.
Little incomplete. I feel like that's as incomplete as it can possibly get, not including Rayman. It's crazy. All right, this looks like a more complete list. Alone in the Dark. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was French.
Mm-mm.
I don't know the name of the guy, though. Oh, Another World. I did know that was French. But it's not as big as Rayman. Beyond Good and Evil. Rayman's bigger than that, I think. As much as I love Beyond Good and Evil. But I would be willing to admit that Rayman's a bigger deal than Jade is.
If you asked a handful of gamers if they do Rayman versus if they do the protagonist of that, I think we know which ratio would win.
Yeah. Cookie Clicker.
My favorite French character is the cookie.
The grandma, I think, would be the main character of Cookie Clicker. Detroit Become Human. Okay, that might be bigger than Rayman. That was a pretty big deal when it came out. I don't know, though, because that's just one game and Rayman is a franchise.
True.
Wait, what about...
It's been going on forever.
What about the Rabbids?
Oh, no.
Because they're, like, all over the place now. They've crossed over with Mario. Have they...
Yeah, I think Rabbids are bigger than Rayman.
Yeah, have they overshadowed? Because they started out like they were part of Rayman, but then they became their own thing. Yeah, okay. So I think the Rabbids might be bigger than Rayman now. Sad to say. But you know what? Anybody out there, let us know. Who do you think is the biggest French video game character? Is it Sean from Heavy Rain?
What is it? Press X to Sean.
I want to play that game again, and I want to get the glitch that lets you keep yelling Sean during the entire ending. It's my favorite thing on the internet. And I've got many favorite things on the internet, and that's my favorite.
Yeah, I know all about duck shoes.
Duck shoes! Never mind. Duck shoes is my favorite thing on the internet. But, you know, press X to Sean is a pretty close second. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry this episode is the best we have for Rayman's birthday.
But look at the bright side. You didn't have to watch the episode like we did.
But you can. It's on YouTube.
You shouldn't, but you can.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and say they should.
Why would you do that?
Because I want more people to suffer. It's like, you know, when you get the tape, the haunted tape, you have to get someone else to watch it within 7 days.
Or else Rayman's gonna come out of the TV. shoot his hand at you.
Get a helicopter into your bedroom.
What if, instead of that, in 7 days you wake up on a conveyor belt, and at the other end is the one-eyed cow?
I'm gonna dream about that now, tonight. Now that you've spoken it.
Now you gotta pass the tapes.
Thank you to our club VIPs, Mark Kelly and Jamie Core, and our club mesmeron, Eugene Lattig, for supporting our show.
Thanks, weird freaks.
If you'd like to join them, you can head to patreon.com/superbreakfastfriendsclub and do that. And if you wouldn't like to join them, you can just go someplace else on the internet. I don't know, I'm not your dad. Yeah, anything to say, Mel?
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine.
Why?
That's what Little Orphan Annie said.
Really?
You've never seen A Christmas Story, have you?
No, I haven't.
That's what that's from.
It's August.
You've been alive for how many years?
No,
How many Christmases have you neglected to watch A Christmas Story?
I'm saying stop bringing up Christmas in August.
Listen, if anybody in this room is loath to bring up Christmas, it's me. And I've done it. And deal with it.
Bye!
You didn't tell the people who you were.
I'm Scott Pirate Mike. Don't tell nobody.
This was shorter than our Angry Birds episode.
No. That's what's...
And that was about a 2-minute short.